Hey everyone, Chief back again. So I just wanted to give a quick update on the My Teams dashboard. I've added in the two new tabs, and there's another two tabs coming in, hopefully by next week. We'll see over the weekend if I have enough time. So I just wanted to walk you through what it's looking like now and give you a quick update for those who are subscribed so they can understand a bit more of how it sort of works. The team dashboard now has trade watch, so it's a quick trade watch and a quick captain's watch. So you can see who should be considered for sell, who you should watch this week, and so on. All the player prices are still here. Captains, not much change, still the same. Averages still the same. So I've added in trades. So I was showing this on X last night, and I've done some more fine tuning to get it to look pretty good. So what's gonna happen is I'll show you a category for each of the trades you've made this season. Some, not all of them will be captured. So we try to capture as much as we can sort of classify. Upgrades, if you click on it, it shows you who were the players you upgraded and at which round they came in. Downgrades, cash, so this is all your cash cows, who you would have sold. And then you have injuries and which round you traded them out at. So we have Watkins, Jacks, Sarong. So it's not just primos, but you can go through and count the primos yourself as you'd like. Sideways, and so on. So you can sort of see at the end of the season how your trades panned out and how many injury trades you've had. Some players can be classified twice, so you could have an injury and a cash. So like Sarong was a cash cow who was ready to sort of go, but he also got injured at the same time. So it counts it as one of each. Then you'll drop down to your round trades. So each week it shows you what your trades were, what your bank was, and then it shows you your points differential. So last week I traded in Ash, Cherry, and a loop, and I traded out Carroll, injured player, and McAndrew, and I actually lost 22 points that week from those trades, surprisingly. It shows you the diffs. So since I've traded out Carroll, he's averaged 105, McAndrew 103, and these two 99 and 87. So my last week trades were just an absolute failure. I can't believe Ash and Cherry were outscored by Carroll and McAndrew. That's just my season summed up, basically. But yeah, if you go back a few weeks, you can see here, well, that's going to be a big one. So like here, I traded out Selwood. He's averaged 65 cents and made nearly 400 total points. Watkins, he was injured. He's done 33, and English did 95. And it shows you how many games they've played since. And then Nas, he played 4 games for me, and he averaged 113. Luke Jackson averaged 124 and made 35k. So on these guys, Selwood actually lost 91k because he actually made nearly an extra 100k since I sold him, and it shows you the sell price. So I didn't expect him to really go off. I thought it'd be like a 50s guy, but he actually did really well since he's left, and I think he got a few 70s and I think an 80 as well. So it shows you can go through and review all your trades and see, another 80k, another like 100k here, and I've lost. So this was a terrible for team value. It's like what, 160, like 300k I've lost in all this. So like you can sort of figure out throughout all the trades you've done how you've lost team value, how you've lost points, and then it also classifies each trade. So Anderson was a downgrade option for one of these rooks. I sideways to one of these for a mid-pricer. Young, technically not an upgrade, but also like borderline upgrade, borderline sideways, so I just not classified that. Here, Dev was upgraded to Rankin, and Grill was downgraded to Murdoch. And you can just jump through all of them and have a look. So Zohar, he was downgraded to Dirksen, and then these two guys were upgraded here. Yeah, so really nice. I just fixed that up last night. The classifications weren't working exactly, so there still might be some slight bugs that I'll keep working through and refining it over the weekend, but for the most part I think it's come out pretty nice. And then down here is sort of a trade review, and like it sort of trains you to see what you could have done better. So like this is just hindsight, like hindsight's 2020. Like there's a lot of stuff you could have done better, and you wish you could have gone back, obviously, but this helps you to see, hopefully for your future trades, what you should be trying to identify. So one of them was, you know, last week I did Cherry instead of Grundy and I lost 116 points. Another one is I could have got Stewart instead of Ash and lost 29. So if I go back further, let's say, what was my bad round? Like round 4? Yeah, here. So I could have got... I could have bought Bailey Smith instead of Brayshaw. I would have made 100k and I would have gotten 270 points extra. Same with these two. I could have gotten Archie Roberts instead of Jordan Clark, and this is the diff that would have happened. So that's pretty depressing to see. And okay, and then Jax. I could have sold Jax instead of Wayne Miller and so on. It just it shows you what your options could have been to sort of get better trades out of what you did that week. So again, I'll fine tune those. For now they look okay, but yeah, you can play around, have a look how your season's going so far. And obviously when you get towards the end of the season, you'll give a really good recap. Ratings is a new tab as well. It just goes through and gives you a season rating. So I'm pretty low, 61. I've had a this was a pretty bad round for me. Shows you a trend. So I started off okay, dropped down a fair bit, and then was climbing, and then I've dropped again. So you can go through and see what happened. So weekly rank is the most favored, and then you have your controllables. So bench and captains, that's stuff you could have controlled. That's 30% of your points. Trade points, there's only 5% because, you know, it's stuff you can't, it's hindsight stuff, so I'm not going to punish you too much on that. And then your overall rank, you know, if you're still staying within the top 1k, then you're probably staying within the par of that rank, so you don't want to get punished if you had a bad week, because other people might have had a bad week too. And then it just shows you your trends, so you can sort of see when you're getting momentum and then when you sort of dropped off. And as the season goes on, you know, you can sort of see where you peaked or where like your run home looked like and so on. I think they're really good. I really like looking at these two tabs. Gives you a really good idea of how your season's coming along. And it just goes so well with our bench, captains and averages. So this is like points based, how your points have sort of gone, and then this is sort of how you've managed your trades and how you've managed your week to week. And then I'll put the rank at the end because it's not too relevant. You know, if you want to see the information, it's there. And then I'll be adding in a stock market tab. So that sort of gives you an idea of who you should be looking at selling. So it sort of expands onto this one. It'll be giving you suggestions on who you should be watching this week, who you should be considering selling, who you should sell. So if the break even is really high, let's say like, you know, 140 break even and the player's averaging 60, yeah, that's probably a sell, like Rosas or something like that. And then it will probably give you suggestions on who you should bring in, and some pod and some defensive buys and so on. So that will also need a bit of fine tuning by me. So I'll try to get that out this weekend, but you know, trades are going to lock tonight, so there's not a real rush on that. I'll try to have it ready by next Monday. And then I think I'll add another tab for team value and how you could optimize for that too. So that sort of ties in with trades. But that one, it's on the back burner, so not too stressed on that. Yeah, that's basically it. In terms of my trades this week, I've just made one change. I've done a forward rookie instead of Oliver, and that's just because when I was looking at my team, I want to get Holmes in, but I don't want to lose these two guys. So instead, what I'm going to do is do a 3 trade, Milan, Rechko, and Todd. Get Holmes here, get Ison and Noah, because I need those two, and there's no other rookies I really want. And if I get rid of these two guys, I can't get those 2 rooks. So next week I'm going to be doing 3 trades to get Holmes here. So one of these guys aren't playing next week. I forgot which one. I think. Well, let's see. Okay, they're all playing next week. I think. Oh no. So what I'll do is I'll try to get Holmes. Where am I going to put Holmes? I haven't thought about that actually. Maybe I just put Holmes in for Lindsay, and then the week after, when Ash has his bye, he can sort of take that spot. I think that's a better idea anyway. At the end of the day, because these 2 guys are pretty important for the bye rounds, and I want to trade them to Nas when he's back. So then I'll have full primo when Nas is back, and I don't sort of lose anyone. And this is already full, and this is full. So then all I really have to worry about is these 2 guys, which will be, one will be Cozzy, and then the other one will be, whoever. If another rookie comes, mid-season rookie or whatever, they can just go there until I'm ready to get someone new. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that plan. And we'll see how it plans out. Hopefully there's no injuries this week. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. If you do want to get access again, you can just go to your plans. I've added in Apple Pay, so for me I can only downgrade, but if you click on your premium, there will be a drop down here and you say checkout. You can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, or you can add your card, whatever you want. Up to you if you guys want to have this access, but that's how you get it. And yeah, thanks guys. I'll see you on Sunday.